Hi everybody, this is Flo from Past Life Therapy and Healing. Today we decided to record a video with a person that I personally admire a lot. She's an inspiration for me. I met her because she initially was one of my Reiki students. She also did a few healings before she decided to join the course. And then after doing the courses, she became a Reiki healer. She offered her services in Perth. She also created a Facebook group called Real Billionaires Club, a Facebook group that aims to help people to become rich in all the meanings of being rich, not only the surface, the superficial, the 3D. She's also a personal trainer. That's how we met initially. And after 2 years working together, I thought we need to record a video together, because when I listen to you, there's so much wisdom in your words that I hope we can share it with other people who may need to listen to your experience and also the wisdom that has emerged after the experiences you've been through. So this is Karen Cruz. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Flor, so much for the invitation on your channel. I'm very glad. Thank you.
Karen, we could talk for hours like we usually do, but I want to keep this first video because I'm pretty sure there will be more videos that we may record together, or maybe a podcast. Who knows? Let's see how it goes. Because I really enjoy our conversations, and something that Thierry said to me last time when I saw you, you were talking about the meaning of time. But at the same time, I know your inner healing work that you've been through, I should say, in a twin flame relationship as well. We're not going to talk about twin flame, but I will write the tag here because there are so many things of twin flames that are not being shared. Most of the people talk about finding the one and physical symptoms, and I like to focus on the other part of the twin flame, which has nothing to do with finding a person but has to do with self-empowerment, self-realization, finding our purpose, and bringing heaven to earth. And I know Karen's path, her twin flame path, that has led her to find a new meaning of time. But I want you to share with us, Karen, what is something very simple, because everyone knows the meaning of time, the value of time. Everyone knows it. We charge for time, right? That's the way in nowadays we charge money for the work we do because of the amount of hours. So everyone knows that our time is valuable. However, I would like you to share with us the challenges that you've been through for you to understand this deep meaning of time and how to value your time to become billionaire. So I'll let you share with us how everything started, when you thought there's something missing here. I have an obstacle in front of me because I am struggling on giving value to myself.
Well, it's, like you say, it's a lot of information.
Yeah.
We can keep talking for hours and days. But okay, I start my healing path 2 years ago. That was when I met you. And I'm from Colombia, and coming here to Australia was one of the more wonderful things that could happen to me. Being here, I met my partner, that is my twin flame. And it's not like, well, it's a little like the movies, like you see the person in the eyes and you feel like, oh my God, I know this person for all my life. Yeah, that's a little like movies, but it's not easy like the movies that is going to be happy forever. Because I think that the partners help us to grow up. And in my case, my partner having helped me a lot. Like in the way that I understand what love means. Love for me means accepting the person how this person is. With the happy moments and with the not very happy moments. It's love, the whole package. So that is love for me. And be with him, oh my God, I understood that in very hard way. And now I'm happy, and I'm keeping going. Because like we do evolution also our partners and our relationships. Yeah. And in many times I was feeling like down. I was feeling like it must be something different. I went to work, coming home, cooking, organize the house, and everything just come like routine. I said, something must to be something different outside there. And it was there when I start to looking like someone told me, I'm going to just talk about that. I mean, a beautiful girl. She's a friend of me. And I give her a massage. So because she was stressed, I told her, I'm going to give you a massage. And when I did the massage, she told me, oh my God, you should be a Reiki healer. That was the first time that I hear that word. I don't know. So I was like, okay. And later on, I was in that process and I started looking about Reiki. I was like, I'm going to find that. And I read about that. I was like, I need that. And that's how I mean, Flor, like try to looking for Reiki and another place too, like. And then I find that we carry many things, many things for when we was child, many things from what the society say to us, many things for what our parents say to us. But here we looking then, it's not their fault because their parents was the same thing. So I start to doing that. As my mom, how was your childhood? As my grandma, how was your childhood? And I start that they did what they do was the best that they can do. They don't have more. And so I started the process, and then I did constellation, family constellation. So I did once online with Nora from Argentina. And then I traveled to Colombia because I knew that something was there. That was my country. So I need to go into looking for something.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Yeah. What was that I was looking? But I told God and I always say my mom and my father cosmic. I told them, I'm going there. You know what I need to do. And it was very organic that I went to this place for a holidays, and then thanks to my nephew, my niece.
Where is that place? It's Colombia, but where about in Colombia?
Minca. It's in Minca.
It's is an island or is in the center of the country?
It's a town. It's a magic town.
Okay.
Minca is in the heart of the Sierra Nevada, the Santa Marta. That place is the heart of the world. So we are in the heart of the heart. It's amazing.
How do you spell it so people can look for it? Is MIN? K-A?
Minca.
Okay, perfect. No K, C, Minka. Perfect. I'm going to Google it because I want to see the photos and connect with the
Yeah,
vibration of the place.
oh, was amazing. I find there like constellation family constellation, sorry. Um, and it's in group was amazing. Understood many things. And then now that I'm doing with you, Floor. Oh my God, what's amazing. Understood many things too, and many things that is coming. And then we can say like, like it's not my fault was there, but I decide to be in this dimension. I believe, it's my belief, I
Yeah,
believe that before that coming here to the earth, I choose my family, I
yeah,
choose my body, and I choose everything. And
yeah,
it's like we say, it's like, for example, Flor, we go into, I don't know, another place and we say, we're going there, you're going to do, for example, drive the car, I'm going to help you. We organize that
yeah.
before we come here. That is my belief. So understand that it's like be in this family, the one I love. I love my family, be with my partner, and come back and look in my family, my lines, look it back
Yeah,
and say, thank you so much, because it's a miracle that I'm being
yeah,
here.
that's true.
So thinking how many people needs to have moved around for be able to meet
Yeah,
together and be here. It's just a miracle, you know.
yeah,
So for that, it's like everything is perfect. I said today, thank you so much for everything that you did, because I understood that you did what you did was the best that you can do. You cannot do anything else.
sorry, you said that even when there were experiences in the past that were not pleasant.
Yes,
Something
yes.
Something I was talking to another client yesterday. He did Reiki too. He did Reiki level 3, so it's very advanced. And
Yeah.
he came yesterday for a session too, and he said to me something. He said, "You know what I think, Flo? I think people don't want to go through unpleasant situations. People don't want to suffer pain. They don't want to cry. They don't want to die. And that's part of this journey." And I said to him, yeah, that's true. But the most interesting here, something to pay attention, is how the society has created so many things, medicines, entertainment, like social media platforms, movies, cell phones, plastic surgery, social media platform to meet people, etc., to help us to do not suffer. Drugs to leave the body and have another experience and not be here and now in this body, in this family, in this situation. Entertainment. And somehow our generation, millennials, let's say, people who were born in between the 85 and 96, we grew up in that society where everything was already done. Like if you suffer, you take a pill. If you are bored, you will see your cell phone. If you are bored of your couple, she's making you feel unpleasant, or him, well, let's go for another couple. That's it. And I said to him, yeah, and this is how we grew up. So now if someone tell us, oh, you need to experience pain to get to know yourself, you need to experience your body, it's scary, isn't it? And being able to feel your body, feel the pain that may cause Karen, myself, and maybe people watching this, the pain that we felt when our parents get divorced, or parents dying, or things, sexual abuse, wars, things that happened, in the last 30 years. and still be able to be grateful for that people who put us in unpleasant situations is challenging. It's not as easy as it sounds when you talk, but I want you to share a little bit of your journey. How could you get to that point to be grateful for them when, you know, when they put you in unpleasant positions, unpleasant situation? What did you learn? What makes you different? Or what do you have that others we don't have? Share it, please.
Well, yes. It's not that I feel pain.
What do
Last
you do
couple
when
of
you feel
weeks.
pain? How you don't escape from pain? You don't take any drug pills or something to forget about
No,
life?
I just
No, what do you do then?
okay. So I was going to share something like a couple of weeks ago, almost. I was talking with my partner. I told him, I wanted you cook for me because he doesn't cook. So like, I wanted you cook. So in the conversation, he said, "Well, I don't cook. So if you want someone to cook, go on to find someone else." And then looking
Yeah.
to him,
Press the button next.
and I,
That's very of our generation too. He's not
yeah,
millennial, but he's tuning. If you don't like me, look for another person. And
yeah.
we're gonna make
And
an
then
effort.
yeah. And I look in here and told him like, well, he was like that was okay, but it's not like easy because I understand that it's not you, it's me. It's never you. Almost it's me. So my partner is like a mirror. So for example, guys, you Flora, or one who is listening to this, go to see in the mirror and look at yourself. And sometimes that happened with me before. I look in my nose. I was like, oh my God, I don't have the small nose like the magazine, the models have. And I just heard. I was like, oh, I want to get operate my nose. And
Happened to me as
now
well. I'm in there.
the mirror and I said to me, oh my God, look that sexy woman that is there. Even though sometimes before, like I didn't feel like, like my hair is blah, I don't know. But I start to do that and say, no, look at me and say, look. So this body, your body is just one in the world. It's no
Yeah.
more. It's no copy. We cannot find that body. For that, the body is it's amazing. It's a bless. It's a gift. It's a miracle. So why we don't take care about our body?
So, sorry. So you are saying that inviting people to, instead of trying to be likable for others, I mean, what's the word? Like flirt with others, you are saying that we should start flirting with ourselves, like trying to seduce ourselves in the mirror or any. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
I
do
like that
that.
idea. I do that
Do
actually, I have to
that.
say. Being in
In
love
my
of ourselves is a big part of the journey. Yeah.
Yes, in my morning, that's one of my routines. Going to the shower, what is my big mirror, look in myself and say, I am sexy. You are
Yeah.
sexy. And say and looking and say, oh my God, look at the beautiful nose that you got. Even that in sometimes I hate my nose. Now I love my
Yeah.
nose. So it's that when I start understood that everything is outside, so everything that is outside is my reflection.
Yeah.
I start to change that. But how I start to change that? Looking in the mirror and I say, I create that. Here I looking in the mirror and I look at ugly Karen. Yes, eventually I'm going to look in me myself in the mirror like ugly,
And
and I
others
start
will
to find
reflect that. Other
yes,
people will see you ugly as well because you're creating that frequency of energy of ugliness, which is valid as
yeah,
well. Because maybe serves
yeah,
you for something, right?
and yes, and I
Yeah.
was there. I was there. So it's not like I bought and just always be like this. No, I was there. I was like feeling bullied, feeling that I was the ugly in the classroom. almost there. But I remember that some people tell me, "You are so beautiful." I was thinking, oh, they are just saying that because they want to be nice with me. But
Mm,
no, it's because some people, they can see who we really are.
mm,
So now it's the same. So when my partner told me about that, I was like, well, it's not easy. It's not you, it's me. And that is very important, Flor. We want a couple that is number 10. We want that perfect couple. But we are not that number 10. How you
exactly.
want to have a number 10 couple if
Yeah.
you are a 8? You need to be like 10. So
Yeah.
I start to do that. And I start to, okay, and give for me, to me, for my partner, like who I want to be. And sometimes things is hard. People tell you, and what I do, I just deep breathe and
Yeah.
I say, I am sexy. I am able to do it. I am perfect. Yes. Sometimes it's painful, and if you feel like crying, just cry. I listen my body. And when I feel my emotions too, that want to cry, I just cry, and they say, okay, I need to get up. I cannot keep in being here down. I need to get up, breathe, and look at the beauty of the world. We are in Australia. So
Yeah.
look at the beauty. And now that I'm alive, that's the more important thing, that I can be in this 3D with this body in this country. So it's not, yeah.
I just made an association in my mind because I've been there many times, and um it's challenging. I have to say it's challenging because
Yeah.
society, I feel like at the beginning of this journey, we may think we're going crazy because society may reflect completely the opposite. And when I say society, of course, I mean, you're talking about your nose, and then you go to a social media app, and then they offer you filters to change your nose. You know, you don't need the operation, you know? And we think, oh, how cool. But at the same time, is a programming in your mind that you have something wrong on you. I'm going to fix it because as you are, it's not acceptable. We think it's not affecting us, but it is, you know, and we accept it. The moment you accept the filter, you are accepting that is something imperfect in us. And I could go with a long list of things, not just the nose, but you said nose. We could talk about many other things: skin color, eyes, eyebrows, blah, blah, blah. There's so many things that now we get filters to fix. Yeah. But anyways, then our parents, for me, in my own experience, I have my parents in trying to impose their own standards of beauty. Not only with me, I have to say, also with my partners, which upset me a lot because, you know, and I know it happened the same with my brother when like dating woman, my parents will say she's beautiful, she's not. That ex-girlfriend was more beautiful because he's skinnier, or because he's not that skinny, he's like more tits and but, you know, like I heard that, you know, it's like the filters. It's the same, you know, it's saying this is good, this is not good, despite of what we feel, what that is for us beautiful, because we cannot share, thanks God, we don't share the same standards. Otherwise, we all want to have the same boyfriend, the same house. Like the world will be like very all the same, you know, same clothing, same house, like no diversity. And you see nature, and nothing is the same in nature. You see cats, and they're all different. And that's pretty
Yeah.
cool, you know. You see like birds, they're different shapes, colors. That's the beauty of this planet. Otherwise, we were like a Soviet country, you know, with all the houses, it's square, the same, you know. Oh my gosh. But anyways, um, what I was just saying here is something I discovered about this thing when you say, well, you know, like I feel I don't like myself, or I feel uncomfortable with this aspect of myself. Then when you want to this is my experience. Tell me if it happened the same to you. When it happened to me that I thought, okay, so I need to, like you said before, what's the words? Oh my gosh, like myself, flirt with myself. Okay, but it's not only that 5 minutes in mirror. The whole life needs to be like the entire day, because otherwise that 5 minutes in the mirror are not enough. So thinking that I need to be flirting myself, like have this loving relationship with myself that I want reflected in my partner, because I don't want my partner to tell me one nice thing in the morning and that's it. Because then it will be reflected on sex. It will reflect it in so many other things, right? We need to be in love all day long, not just a little bit when you dress up and that's it. Okay, so it's easy to see it in the partner because it's easy to see. You're like, oh, like spend more time with me. Let's do this and that and that and that and that. And then we will have more time to make each other in love. But when it's about, it's easier to see it outside. But when I thought, okay, I need to spend more time with myself, I need to do things to make me feel in love. So it's not enough 5 minutes in the shower. I also need to make plans with myself. So I thought, okay, what I want, oh, well, maybe I want to go to yoga, or I want to go to do courses or Reiki, or, well, do my nails. And what I found is that I need time. And then it was so difficult at the very beginning of the journey to fit in that date with myself, and like Pilates and spend time in the beach, sunbathing or swimming, and because that's very sexy to swim. I get in love. I feel in love when I swim. I feel the water and it's like, oh, bikini. But that I needed time and fitting in these activities. My struggle began when I was trying to fit in, because when I look back, my mom and my dad, they wouldn't do that. And they would actually tell me that that's very wrong. How on earth you're not making money? How on earth you're not, studying or something that validates me, in front of the eyes of others, of course, And it was, in my family, it was like a sin to spend more than that 5 minutes. It's like, oh, you lazy, oh, you. And then when I started trying to introduce these activities, I had to go back to my family tree and heal these wounds and confront my entire tree, because my parents are these people who tell me that things. But then if I tell my parents I took 1 week off just to travel to Queensland or somewhere, like they were like, what, But then when I look backwards, I have people who have immigrated to Argentina, escaping from war, like they did big things. So it's what's very hard for me to introduce changes and think, no, this time is valuable. I'm not doing anything that will impress others in this time. And probably others won't see anything in here. But for me, it's valuable because I'm meditating, or I'm channeling, or I am getting prepared myself for a workshop. So have you been in the same journey, or has this relationship with time has made you to confront your tree too?
Yeah, yes, because one of the things is like we need to always keep in doing something. So
Yeah.
we to do something, we are lazy.
Producing.
We need to always production. We need to do keeping, generate money,
Yeah.
And but in Colombia, I am very thankful with my friends that had that time that sometimes we want to go to cinema, and it was so difficult to put all together. So one time I just say, I give up, I'm going with myself. And I started going with myself to cinema. And I remember my mom say, are you crazy? No, I'm going with me. And you see, when you go with a friend to see the cinema, your friend sits next to you and you are both are watching the movie. You are not talking to each other. So
True.
it's the same thing. So I go in there with myself and washing. I'm still doing here in pair. I just sometimes I go with myself. But yes, it's a little tricky because we come in with that, like we need always keeping doing things and always we need to do for the other people.
Yeah.
Like for example, today I was thinking in that, like tomorrow I'm going to travel back to my job. So I was thinking, oh, I need to do this for my partner, this and this and this. And then I said, one moment, no. What about me? You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it's very easy to forget about us. We say the people is stressed out, and no, because thinking about if you are no in this dimension, if you die, the people keeping doing their own things. You are
Absolutely.
not going to do nothing. So I say no, I'm going to do something. So I did, for example, today I reorganized my plants. That I love doing gardening, so I did a little of that, and I feel amazing. That is for me, you know. And I got time. Okay, I'll do things for my partner. But of course, it's very important have this time. Like I'm very lucky with my partner that help me a lot grown up in sometimes with very painful way. But he has his hobbies, so he does his things and I do my things. So we share. So I think that's very important, like motivate people to find something that they want to do for diversion. You know,
Yeah.
like my partner does electronics. So sometimes he's in projects and I ask him, oh, what is your next project? Tell me about this project. So that keeps him motivated, but also that gives me time for me doing my own things, like colorings or things. So yes, it's very difficult. And if you, bueno, the people that's listening, if you're going to start doing this, I recommend you find something and just do 5 minutes every
Yeah.
day or when you feel doing, like, I don't know, like coloring, writing a letter for yourself,
Yeah.
writing for you. And then you got to see and looking in the mirror, and that's the more important person in the world for you, the person that you see in the mirror. You need to understand that it's not easy,
Mm.
but I promise you're going to get there where you see and you say, no, me is the more important. I don't going to negotiate my happiness with another people. No. So sometimes when things, problems coming out, I say, I am in a bubble. This is my space. This is my joy. I just take all this back. That doesn't belong to me, can go back. And it's like one of the ways, but I think that everyone should do something. And if you, for example, start to coloring and you find that you don't like, do yoga. If you find that you don't like, do Reiki. If you find that you don't like, do another thing. It's in this world, in these 3 days,
There are
we
so
have
many things.
many things, many things. Why not to explore? And I want to do something, say something about that because I remember my mom, she learned many things and then she stopped. And I had my father told her like, oh, what you start? You never finish something that you start. Why?
Yeah,
What is
true.
wrong with that? I start to read one book and then I read another. And then more later, when I feel, I continue to read the first book. It's not wrong. It's respect yourself. What do you feel? How do you feel? Give yourself what you want the other people's give to you. Be the adult that
Do
you
you
want
think
to have. Yeah.
do you think that that abundance of joy, I will say, because when you are in love of yourself and you enjoy the movies in the cinema, or you enjoy reading a book, or you enjoy doing a course, exploring something that maybe you're not going to use to make money. Yeah. Like maybe you do a workshop or a course only for fun, which is quite new thing as well. Because most of the people, when I went to university in Australia, especially, um, they're very business orientated, and they always they invest a lot of time on helping you on this side business side of the career, which I think is good because they give you a lot of tools. But I think we millennials should also understand that not everything will fit in the old paradigm. Not everything can be sold for a price. There are things that they're there only for us to experience. Even in my own life, like when I did some I study so many things because I like studying, and some people ask me, why did you study if you don't work doing this? Well, just because I like it, like I don't really need to work doing that to validate the time. Like if I enjoy it, that's enough for me. I don't need to make money off that to validate the time that I spent in there or the money I invested in the course, because I made friends in the course, I learned things, I had fun. That's it. Maybe what's next, Maybe in the future I'm going to use that tool, maybe not. However, it's there. It's no waste of time. Yeah. That's for me. But so at the end, it's all about joy. Yeah. It's joy, and joy and creativity comes from the same sexual chakra. So it's our sexual energy being displayed on these experiences, on this intercourse we have with ourselves, not really touching your genitals. Yeah. Because sex and joy is not just in the penis or the vagina, even when people love to think in that way. That's why we have a big industry of porn. But honestly, the sexual energy can be displayed, like you said before, in the cinema, not because you want to have sex with someone, just because you're feeling pleasure. Just if you're feeling pleasure, that's it. It's the gate, the doorway to heaven. And you are actually entering into a lightening path. So for more moments in your life of joy, more enlightened you become. So that's abundance of joy. So what's the connection with money here? Even when we don't do things to make money, do you think there is still a connection of when we feel more joy in life, when we are more joyful and abundant in joy, there's also an abundance of flow of material things too, money and things where we can experience ourselves, like a house, roof, and clothing, etc.
Well, that is why I create the group on Facebook. They call it the Real Billionaires Club. Normally, I say to people, I'm billionaire. They're going to thinking about money, the money, the dollars, all that. But no, we all are billionaires because we have something that is time. And that time, you cannot buy the time. You cannot say, oh, I'm just going to buy my week before I'm going to my company that work and say, this is the money, please give me my time back. No, that's not going to happen. So when you find out that your time is precious, that your time is the more valued currency in this treaty, in this game, so you start to think, I'm billionaire. But when you start to be right in that frequency and you start to be happy about yourself and you start to enjoy what you do, and even that sometimes it's pain because it's not easy. Yeah. I will be a liar if I told you, no, this is easy. No, it's not easy. When you start in this way, more things start coming up. It's like the universe tell you, oh, is you learning? Okay, next one.
You're learning fast. I give you more units then.
Yes, come on, learn more. You can do it, no? So in that moment, I feel like, I'm billionaire. I got time. I'm in this thing. I'm happy. Believe me, everything starts to come in. The job that you was looking for arrived. I don't know, people can win the lotto, or I don't know. So the money starts to appear, but only is going to happen that when you reclaim your power back and you say, this me, Karen Cruz, is beautiful. I am the billionaire. I am sexy. I am fitness. Whenever you feel like you are. So only the money arrives, that money 3D, this money, the paper, but you need to take in and feeling, I am. So this is very interesting because this is about my club, my Facebook group that I'm doing, where we're going to, teach that how we can use also the internet to create money, the paper one. But for create the paper one, the money, the dollars or whatever that you call the currency, is the result of your good habits. You need to have good habits. Because, for example, Florence, yes, in this moment, you have in your bank account $100, for example, and you don't know how you spend the $100 that you had before and it's gone. It's going to happen the same thing if you have $1,000,000.
True.
So you need to start to create good habits and look into your economy and see, okay, I need to stop, for example, buy food takeaway. Stop to buy things in the shop when I feel like, oh, I want to have this one because I just want to have.
I know a person who won $1 million and he's in prison right now. So he didn't change his habits. So not even $1 million made him. He won the lottery in Argentina, and not even the $1 million made him do things that wouldn't attempt to against others, because he's in prison because he did something. I don't remember, robbery or something. So he used the money to increase it, to buy more guns, flash car, and become like a drug dealer or something like that. So it's the same mentality. So he got the money, but not the freedom.
Yes, and this is unfortunately that is what they teach us. Don't have a good habits. I think that is when you have time and you have good habits that you do it, things and also make you feel happy, be great, and always be happy. Even anything that could happen, but you understand that everything is perfect, and that thing that's happened to you is there because it's going to teach you something. So you start to look in the life different, and
I
you
think
start
when
to
you
feel.
said, yeah, sorry. I think when you said good habits, you're talking about self-respect, because when you said, well, don't buy junk food, it's because it's not like if you love yourself, you wouldn't put that food in your stomach, right?
Yes, I not say that it's bad to buy takeaway food. You can buy takeaway food, but for example, one of the things like that we say is like, okay, who you want to become? Like in the class, you are part of the class, so you are billionaire. You are the real billionaire. Yeah. So what are real billionaires eat? Healthy food. Because thinking about if you're going to eat food that is bad for your body, your body is going to be sick. And doesn't matter how much money you got, once your body sick and ill, is it. So you need to keep in good, your body is healthy. So it's for that. Sometimes before, in my experience, I was so lazy to cook because I didn't have a plan for what to cook. So I just eat pizza and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
But now it's different. And sometimes that happen and it's okay. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I want to eat pizza. Okay. Why I want to eat pizza? Because I want to get that a trip with me, or because I'm eating pizza every week. I need to see what. So that is about the Billionaires Club. But one of the things to say is like time. Manage your time like the precious
Like
thing
it's
that you have.
precious.
Because you cannot buy. When it's gone, it's gone. We cannot combat the time. It's gone. So that is my advice. And yes, and
And
always
yeah.
smile.
And things will be always coming back to the twin flame journey, always will be reflected by our twin flame, and and in our soul family too. And if we don't know, like I said in previous videos, if you don't know how to manage better your time, how to respect yourself really, how to make yourself in love, if you are like, it's not happening, but I don't know where to start from. Like I said in previous videos, look around you, look at your in first place, before you look at your twin flame, look at your soulmates, because they mirror in you. So whatever thing you observe in them, I tell you, is within you too. They are mirroring, but be careful with the mirroring, because people not always mirror. They mirror the frequency or the energy, let's say, but not the frequency. Sorry, mirror the energy, not the frequency, not always a frequency. So it means that they are possibly mirroring something, an energy that is within you, but they are expressing that energy in an opposite pole, or in the same pole as you, but extreme. Yeah. So for instance, if you are in a happened to me once, like one boyfriend of mine, he was doing drugs, yeah, regularly. And I was so upset with him, wanting him to stop it. And long story short, because it's a very long story, but at some stage he said to me, okay, I did this, and I was like, all right, what upset me? Okay, because everyone here was telling me, no, in Australian culture, this is normal. We consume drugs since very young age, so we can manage it. It's no like a problem like in South America. I was told that, and I wanted to believe it, and I was like, hey, people have the freedom to do whatever they want. Like I'm not his mother. Yeah, he's an adult. He's even older, so I start questioning many things. I didn't want to stick to belief system. I mean, like, no, I believe that drugs are bad and that's it. So I was like, oh, look, fair enough. It is your culture. Like in other cultures, people do other things that I wouldn't do. Fair enough. So I sit with myself and I was like, all right, what upset me? It's not upsetting me he do drugs. What upset you from the fact that he did? What's the result of it that annoys you? And I was like, upset me, I said to myself, that he's hurting himself. Because in his journey of doing drugs, every time he did drugs, he will enter into the past and thoughts, bad thoughts and memory from his family. And then he will like not take care of himself. Then he will drink. And there was a chain of things that I could resume in saying he's hurting himself. Okay, so I took that one. I was like, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I'm the opposite. Yeah. But do I hurt myself? And the answer was yes. I used to do other things, hurting myself, like rumination of thoughts. I was hurting my hands when I was nervous. I used to pull my hair and I still do that sometimes. I'm still working on that and hurting my skin. Well, I don't remember more, but there were more things that I was doing. If I eat a lot, I wouldn't eat the day after. So I did things that when I start looking at it and doing this self inspection or introspection, I was like, I'm doing the same. It's just a different color. It's the same energy expressing different frequency. So I was like, I'm not going to say anything else to him because he's mirroring. So I'm just going to focus on my journey before I give him advice, because he's right. He was like, I don't want your advice. I was like, okay, fair enough. And I thought, no, I need to see how I change these habits in myself. Eventually we broke up and I didn't see him again. Actually, he lives like not far away. I didn't see him again for 10 years, not even in the park. Never again.
And I think that's that. I think that he coming in your life in that moment to teach you something. And sometimes people comes there and affect us and we think that it's their fault, But once
Yeah.
we do what you do, we say, was not you, was me. This is something in different color. I learned my lesson. And what happened? The people just gone away. Because now you are ready for the next level.
Yeah,
For
of
the
course.
next thing
Now
that you need to learn.
my partner is
Almost.
mirroring other things. But it's important to be very here, you know, take your time to think. Things like what I said before is not something that I pick like this because I'm not my client. My life is different to when I work with someone. Like it's not easy for me to see things. I'm not in the surface. You need to really explore it. You need to really ask yourself questions. And it's not going to happen if you don't take time to do it. Like if you are busy working or doing anything, your mind cannot really go that deep. You really need to be humble and patient to discover very slowly what is in there that you, because at the end you chose them. So yeah. Again, what I'll try to say here is if you don't know how to love yourself better, instead of trying to look for more Instagram account with advices like affirmations or cutting off toxic people, because I read that some people said that, go back to the simple thing, which is observing the people around you. What upset you from your friends? What do you, on the other hand, what do you admire from them? Because people are not mirroring only the bad things or things you need to change, they mirror the good things too. So if you admire something from a friend of you, a client, a neighbor, someone who's around you, it means that you have that. And you may tell me, no, I'm different. Same energy, different frequency. They're probably there to show you that you can be the same. Just continue working on that frequency to match it because the energy is in there.
Okay, I want to say something that just came in this moment, a canalization. So I don't know who is that one, but if you are a parent, if you are a mom, and just say like, well, how I going to have time? I going to work and coming home to my kids. I don't get time for myself. I'm doing everything this for my kids. I want to tell you something. If you keep in doing that, in one moment your body is going to stop. And you will die. And I think that, I don't think the information that you have received is like, you need to take care about yourself, take time for yourself, even that you are mom or dad, for your kids too, because you need to teach them that we need to take care about our body. Yeah? I don't know. I just share something that just
I've been there. My mom she's still alive, but when I used to live with her when I was a kid, she used to say this: I don't have time for myself. I do everything for my children. And I remember being a child thinking, I wish she would take time for herself because her mood will be better. And at some stage, my mom attempted to end her life and upset me because I was like, she blamed us. She says, I don't have time for you. But I could see as a kid that she could, I don't know, teach us to do something in the house and take that hour for doing yoga or anything different, anything that will help her to be happy. I would prefer my mom to be happy and healthy because at the end, it was more dangerous for me and my brother to see that attitude from my mother. And I've been actually, when I was growing up, scared of that. I asked myself, and my brother too, because he told me once, especially during COVID, we both were a little bit scared of what if we are the same? What if we, at some stage, we cannot cope with depression and we want to do the same as she did? I was scared, like a few moments of my life. What if I also am the same? Because she's my mother. So we, as children, we tend to believe we're gonna repeat everything unconsciously.
Giving an example, say the role, like what I say, like example role. And for example, he just say, well, okay, I like painting, but my kids are naughty.
Yeah.
Well, just make them to come into paint.
Yeah.
Like let's paint in something. So make them included in your activities if you don't have someone to take care about your kids. But I recommend you find someone to help you and just going out, take a coffee, or before when you finish work, just going to stop, I don't know, and drink a coffee or something, or stop in the beach or just breathe or have a drink, just something, because we like kids, we was kids once, we said the parents and we going to repeat what they do.
Mm.
And we don't want that our kids be an angry parents. We want them to be happy. So we need to be the adults that always we wish to have. So we need to become that one. So take time, involve your kids in your activities, do yoga. I don't have kids, but I have my dog. And it's very interesting because in the mornings, doing some yoga, some stretches is part of my routine. And he is doing the same with me. In the beginning, he just coming to annoy me. And I was trying to keeping him push away, like going inside, going to your bed. But one time I was like, no, I'm going to encourage him. So I told him, like, okay, let's do the stretches. And he started doing, and now he knows. He walking me on sometimes, like, let's do it. He knows. So it's not easy in the beginning, but they will learn. And also I was au pair, and I remember with the first girl, baby girl, that I take care at that time. uh, yes, I was doing stretches and she was doing with me, because was in the time that was taking care about her. So I started to, let's do exercise. And she would just enjoy. So just include your kids in the activities, like, do some things that make you happy. Maybe they're going to do music and you want to do, I don't know, dance. So they can make like team for keeping happy.
And maybe questioning what the prejudices that we have inherited from our parents, not feeling, not criticizing our parents, simply questioning and seeing if we can do differently. Because another aspect of what you're saying, Karen, another thing that I perceive that maybe people will respond is, oh, well, but if I do this, I'm going to be a bad mother. If I take time, it all depends of the culture, right? Because we are all different. Like I have Indian clients that for them, what means to be a good mother or a good daughter, well, brings a lot of, or depends on a lot of belief system and programming. And questioning that programming feel like a little bit like betrayal, to the family tree. And like at the beginning, questioning your the family patterns you have inherited is unpleasant. It's gonna be unpleasant, but not only for Indians. It's unpleasant for Colombians, or Australians, Aboriginal Australians, anyone who's questioning their patterns. It will experience this unpleasant thing, like, oh, I'm doing something wrong, feeling guilt or feeling others judging me. And that will be probably mirror. You feel guilt for something and probably you have your friend saying, you're guilty. Or the movie you're watching that night and, oh my goodness, but that's the universe testing you. Because when your friend or the movie is like reinsuring that emotion that came up when you decided to question your culture and the belief system, the universe will test you once and again until you are ready to say to your friends, for instance, look, appreciate this, but I'm gonna do this anyways because it resonates with me. And I don't see any way that I'm going to hurt my children if I take the weekend away and I leave my children with my brother. I don't know, like, always respecting everyone involved, right? Respecting the children, yes, as well. Is a new earth. Like we need to learn from scratch, I guess. But we're here to write a new story, and we are we are the main characters of the new story, definitely. And we are the producers, the directors, the writers, and the actors and actresses in this movie. Karen, is there any other advice before we close with the video? Any other advice based on your own journey and your own relationship with your parents and your grandparents that you want to share today before we finish and we continue in another video in the future?
Yes. So never judge them, the parents, and always talk about my parents, and always is with respect. I don't judge them because they did the best that they can do. One of the things, for example, my grandmother, she lost her mom when she was 5 years old. So she didn't have hugs. So she never give hugs to my mom.
Yeah.
And when I go to hug my grandmother, she feel a little annoyed, like different in the beginning. But my mom, she start the process, my mom. But also my partner's mom, she passed away this year, but I was hugging her. But she lost her mom when she was baby. So she never had a mom that hugs her. So when I was hugging her in the beginning, she's like, oh my God. Because she's Australian, no? Like, oh my God, you are hugging people. Oh no. Why too much?
Too close.
Like, yes, why?
I wanted to ask you that because because you talk about your parents, but what about the parents of your twin flame? Because that's another completely story. How do you cope with that? Like how do we cope?
It was not easy in the beginning. He only had in that moment his mother. Now she passed away, like I was saying. It was not easy. My frequency for be accepting, I went down. My frequency went down. My energy completely for be able to she accept me. Once she died, that was so painful for me. I understood everything. And I was say, I was just hugging, like giving hugging, and sometimes she was like her say like, "Oh, we're hugging too much." I was like, "I'm from Colombia. I'm Colombian girl. I hugs. I give hugs. I like hugs."
My mother-in-law is from Argentina, like me, and she doesn't hug neither, and that annoys me a lot. Like that triggers me a lot because I felt not loved because she wouldn't express her love through hugs or kisses or touching my hair. And I'm still in the journey of accepting and not taking it personal. And understanding that is the way she is. Even with my partner.
So it's like, well, what's interesting for me, and I started hugging her. But what my advice is that it's like ask your family the stories. Be curious about your answers. Be curious who your mother or parents story, your grandparents, what happened with them. Because once I understood that my mother-in-law, she didn't like hugs because she never had hugs. So I started to give love to her. I started hugging her. And in the end, I was with her until she passed away. She enjoyed the hugs.
So you went, when you said you were there until she passed away, means that you were in the house or in the hospital?
Yes,
before she passed. And you were there. Yes, wow. So she was like this last person she saw was Yuri. Whoa.
Yes, my partner was there.
And your partner, wow.
He was able to have a conversation was with me before for a long time, and just she gives me now that I remember her. She gave me that motivation because thanks to her, I learned many things, like keeping going. Like sometimes she was there in the bed and she say, "Oh, I wish that I having trouble. I wish that I've been doing that thing." So that led me in my head saying, I don't want to be in that moment. I want to be that my last moment in this air is like, oh my God, what amazing life I had. I did everything
Yeah,
I want. I want to
true.
have that. I don't want to have like, oh, why don't they? And I don't judge her because she did the
Yeah,
best that she can do it
yeah.
from love. But for me, it's a lesson that I learned for her experience. It's like I want to enjoy every moment and months I can. I want to live. I want to feel life. So sometimes I feel down emotionally, like that. So what I do? I put music and I start to move the body. I start to move the body, baby. Move, move. I'm talking with myself and say, shake it, baby, shake it. I'm doing that to say
What
that I'm alive.
what about,
So yeah.
sorry, I'm curious now. What about, and I believe people watching may be curious too before we finish. So, but, and what about his dad? Like, so his dad passed away when he was very young, or?
He passed away like say 20 years ago.
Ah,
So it was a long time that he passed
so
away.
before you guys
So
met.
yes, a long before was when he passed away. But yeah, so it was knowing her was very interesting. Was very, very, very interesting, and I feel glad to be able to meet her and spend with
Yeah,
her.
the twin flame, in the twin flame relationship so far, because I know so many twin flames, because most of my clients are twin flame for some reason. I think we resonate, and that's my journey. And they are together in a relationship. All the twin flames I know, they are together. And so far, what I see is that the family trees are very different. I never saw the twin flame couple where they have like exact the same dynamics in the family tree. Normally, yeah, it's different. Like if you have like well, I don't know how to give examples, but it's always kind of opposite energies in the family. However, something that happened to me personally with my twin flame that I want to share, and I am still trying to understand this. Okay, I'm just sharing something like I still didn't find the answers. It didn't, I think it's more there to unfold. But something very weird that happened to me is that when my mother-in-law came to visit us, because I'm originally from Argentina, we live in Perth, and my partner is from Argentina too, but from a different town. And we have difference of 9 years of age. He's 9 years younger. So his mom is 10 years younger than my mom. Something very weird to me is that when she arrives, we went to pick her up at the airport. And when I look at her eyes, I saw my mom, the eyes of my mother. No, I didn't feel her as a mother. I don't feel my mom as a mother neither. My mom is very special. I should record another video very long to explain my family traumas. But I felt her eyes were like the eyes of my mother, my biological mother. And I got shocked like that. For a moment, I felt it was the same person. And sometimes I felt like it was my mom. And the things that annoyed me from my mom is that I felt annoyed by her, but differently. I don't know. It was so weird, the dynamic. I cannot explain because I had other mother-in-law and I never went through that. And yeah, did it happen something similar to you, or it's just me? Or anyone, if anyone been through it, please leave it in the comments, because I felt like it was so weird. I felt like she brought the energy of my mother. What is this?
Oh my God, that's very, very deep. That haven't happened to me yet. But
Okay.
I think what comes with me is like it's possible that it's moment for you to heal something
Yeah.
inside that in childhood. Like for that, she your mother-in-law took for from the law coming with that energy to show you so you can learn something. So it's like, like
Yeah.
switch. So looking her, I
Yeah.
think that may you thinking about your mom and many things. I think that this is will coming, like you say, is unfolding, going to unfolding. So why is that? Because that haven't happened with me. No, we like that, just with people. a friend that also in Reiki happened that I saw her. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to study with her. Do you remember?
Yeah.
No, 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 I don't want to be. It was so funny. But then when we speak up, I speak up and say, like, that happened with me. And then we did the healing. Everything's changed. I saw her since that moment that we did the healing, completely different. Who real she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that we bring that things from love, like for helping to grown up or learn a lesson in that moment. So I think that is interesting because, yes,
The whole
it's
thing
very.
of the twin flame path is mysterious because we don't have any reference so far. Like there's so many things we experience, I guess, as twin flames that are still very far from our human mind to comprehend. In my relationship, there's so many things I still don't understand, and it has nothing to do with union or if you like each other. No. It's not in the surface. I things from the spirit, things from our past lives, things that make you question yourself, who you are, who you want to become, the meaning of time, like Karen mentioned before, the validation that we seek from the world, and if we really want to continue in that search or if we really want to change and navigate other experiences, the meaning of linear time, not just time but also time in the calendar, right? Because it's different of ERs between twin flames. Some people, they don't experience that, but some others we do experience that. Do you want to share your thing, Karen, or not?
My thing. What thing?
How
Okay.
many years? The one thing. How many years you have
Okay, with
between
my partner is 30. 30.
30?
30
There you go.
years.
It's I have 9. She has 30. It's I have other clients that maybe she is Indian and he's Christian, like the other way around too. Like, whoa, social classes, like it's always there, like something much more deeper than like each other. It's always a journey of questioning yourself, bringing new energy to your family tree, releasing old pattern from your family tree. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's a deep transformation that takes you once and again, from my experience, to reset and reverse. And it's like you have many lives in one life when you are in a twin flame relationship. So, yeah.
Yes, I think that is amazing. Like I said before, it's not easy. A couple of weeks ago, we went for a very deep, what is it like? The relationship went emotionally or energetic went to end. So we feel, and it was feeling like I was dying. Was
Mm.
and he feel also that too. He felt that too, and it was like, wow, my God, that was the pain and all this thing in the. So it's like the heart is stopping, but it's for help us to grown up and evolution about that and understand. Like for example, I'm very
Evolve.
grateful.
Yeah.
Evolve, yes. Is I'm very grateful for him for be able to meet him. I meet him in a cafe. So we went to a cafe. I was feeling so depressed, so sad that day. I remember I went to that cafe and he stopped from work to that cafe. And just when we look in the eyes, like sometimes that you look into eyes to people, I feel like I know
Mm.
him for all my life. So it was so interesting. And
All your
because,
lives.
yeah,
Not just
like,
all this
yeah,
life. Yeah.
like different old age doesn't matter. It's Oscar in the moment, he wants things in the way that he learned. And I come in me, change everything, around that. But anyway, I think that we should do another video
Another
about that
video,
because it's too much
to talk more about twin
information.
flame. Because maybe there's people who are not in this journey, but it's still, I think the twin flame journey, it's not only for twin flame. I think it's the most. It's like if you take all the life lessons that a normal person will go through to the extreme, but still everyone have the chance to die and reborn in this life if they want to. But maybe the twin flame is not a chance, is you go through that experience or you go through that experience. But for the rest of the people who may not be in a twin flame dynamic, they still have the same thing, like the possibility to grow, to evolve, they mirror each other. It's all about what you planned before you came to Earth, according to the level of difficulty of the game that you chose beforehand. But at the same time, the more difficult level, the more also you expand yourself. I was about saying achieve, but it's not achieving things. It's more like expanding yourself and being able to be the more authentic as you can.
Yes, well, I will recommend you who is watching this, like if you are really if you are really for doing something different for change your life, I would recommend Flor for doing constellation family, Reiki, past life. Do it, explore it. It's interesting. Like I say in the real Billionaires Club, what you imagine that you can have or you can become, that they're so big. When you start in this path, you're going to find out that it's just like this, a little thing, that you can create many more things. Like you can become more things that in this moment, your mind doesn't allow you to imagine. So this is amazing process, and I really recommend Florencia, and I'm very glad for with her live because
thank you. Anyways, we haven't done this video for that. It's not an advertising video, but I appreciate.
Yeah, and I
for recommend me, but
like you are there.
I will add here. You don't need to come with me. You can go with any other. With me, of course, because I love it. But don't necessarily with Flo. There are so many others people who even Karen did these amazing experiences in Colombia. And I will add here, it's good to travel, and it's a new thing to travel for having this kind of experiences, but it's highly recommended. I did like many times traveling, especially in Argentina when and here as well, when I travel, I will take time, or I will plan my trip for my self-healing journey. Like if I go to Bali, I will try to see where do I go? What part of Bali, what kind of energy I can explore in there? Can I book beforehand a Reiki session there, or a yoga session, or family constellations? Like planning your holidays or retreats yourself is very healthy. And the only thing, when I went to Magnetic Island, even I contact the person who did healings in there. So just explore, and your life becomes an adventure. And the people you come across when you travel, they are amazing. And I recommend Karen as well, because she's a Reiki healer, personal trainer. She's learning family constellation too, to do eventually to offer that services. And she's located in Perth, north of the river. So I will share her details right now. Again, it's all about finding the person who resonates with you. And that's the right person, definitely. So
yeah,
thank you so much.
Yes, you look like a queen. The thing that you had in the TV giving you something like
the flower of life.
It's like so amazing on you.
Okay, thank you
so much.
Thank
you so much, Flo.
Thank you, Karen. Time. I love you so much, and I'm so grateful for having you in my path. And thank you for everyone watching. Please get in touch if you feel like, and yeah, we will meet again very soon.
Yeah.
Much love. Namaste, hermana.
Yeah.